I think we have left two questions of the mine ventilation. First, I want to discuss that, and then we will start our new chapter, which is mine environment. So we quickly solve those two or three questions which we have left. Question number 69, which I have given you as a homework. I think you have all tried, and if you have not tried, then it's your fault. So in this question, a toxic gas flow into the mine's working place is the rate of 2.52 meter cube per minute. The concentration of the gas is the intake is 0.25%. The minimum quantity of intake meter cube per second required to dilute the gas to be the threshold limits. Okay, so we have to find out the quantity. So the percentage of the toxic gas, percentage of toxic gas in intake point, which is you can consider CI initial 0.25%. You can consider after dividing with the 100 you will get 0.005. And similarly toxic gas at a return point C0, which given is 1%, and if you convert it, you will get 0.001. ठीक है, 0.01. Now rate of rate of rate of toxic gas flow, rate of toxic gas emission 2.52 meter cube per minute. So therefore rate of toxic gas emission, what was the formula? Quantity multiply C0 after or CI. Quantity Q is 2.52 and C0 0.01 minus initial 0.0025, and we don't need to change the quantity because uh, we are it will come in meter cube per minute. No, quantity that we have to calculate, and they have given rate of toxic gas emission. So they have given us 2.52 meter cube to Q 2.52. So we have to find out Q. So when you subtract it, it will come 0.0075, and Q will be 2.52 divided by 0.0075. If you want, I can calculate, but I think it is for your task. 25 75 25 चौक 100 400 5 2 7 3 7 2 9 3 7 3 7 कितना 8 24 3 चौक 12. So when you multiply, you will get 336 meter cube per minute. Okay. So this was your question number 69. I think all of you have tried it and get your answer. And one of the question also we have question number 64. So that question also we have seen a lot, 2-3 questions similarly. So suppose this is the resistance 1, this is resistance 2, A and B. Their resistance given is 0.35, its resistance is given 0.05. And resistance of the trunk, it is the resistance of the trunk and shaft, trunk and shaft. So it also given 0.4, 0.3, 0.4. ठीक है. A booster fan is planned to install in the split A. So you are placing a booster fan in the split A. So here you are installing a booster fan. That means extra pressure you have to consider. As I told you in the many classes that if you are installing the booster fan, you have to consider the pressure of booster. ठीक है, and increase the quantity flow. And when where are you installing the booster, it will increase the extra flow. ठीक है. Assume that the surface of the continue operating the constant pressure. So pressure is the constant, but he has said critical pressure of the booster. Whenever if you want to consider critical pressure of the booster fan, that means flow through this B split, quantity will be QB will be 0 in case of the critical pressure of the booster. ठीक है. So first try to find out so how can we solve 100 equation will be P equal to R of trunk total quantity Q square plus if you want to take this path you can consider, and either you can take this path. So I can, you have to solve both for the calculation. So this is the path 1 and this is the path 2. So path 1, for the path 1 you have to consider the pressure of booster fan. Yesterday I was confusing and I told you that you can solve. Yes, you can solve, but you have to consider pressure of the booster fan. ठीक है. RT Q square and R1 Q square. तो इसको रखोगे क्या आ जाएगा, PB प्लस 1000, RT is 0.4, Q square, R1 0.35, Q1 square. ठीक है. And in the second case, this is the second path. So for this you don't have any booster, so pressure will be only single pressure, and R trunk Q square plus R of 2 Q square. ठीक है. So if you want to write 0.4 Q square plus R2 given 0.05 Q square. ठीक है. Q2 लिख लो, ये Q2 ही है. So as I told you कि whenever the pressure is critical you have to consider it 0. So from this equation you can solve your quantity. So it will be 1000 divided by 0.4 under root. So ये 2 आएगा, 100 आ जाएगा, 50. So quantity will be 50. So this quantity, because if quantity flow in this quantity flow is 0, that means this Q, if quantity is Q, in this part is also quantity will flow Q, है ना. अगर मान लो इसमें क्वांटिटी बिल्कुल जा ही नहीं रही है बूस्टर के बाद, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, जितना भी अपना जो फ्लो आ रहा था वो इस स्प्लिट से चला जाएगा. तो PB प्लस 1000 प्लस 0.4 50 स्क्वायर प्लस 0.35 50 स्क्वायर. सो यहाँ से जब हम सोल्व करेंगे 2500 इंटू 0.4 इट विल बी 1000 प्लस 2500 इंटू 0.35 875 equal to PB plus 1000. 1000 से 1000, that means PB will be 875. So our PB will be 875. Okay. Please comment in the chat box. If you still have any doubt, you can comment. अगर आपको कोई भी डाउट है तो आप चैट बॉक्स पे लिख सकते हैं. माइन वेंटिलेशन या किसी भी क्वेश्चन से रिलेटेड अगर आपको कोई भी डाउट है, यू कैन आस्क मी। ओनली वन क्वेश्चन इज रिमेनिंग, है ना? अगर आप चाहें तो बता दूं, आप बोलोगे बता देता हूँ। चलो देख ही लेते हैं ना। क्वेश्चन नंबर 70, फॉर द सेम रोड रफनेस, the roughness, area, length, velocity condition, the ratio of resistance of the square road to that of the rectangle. So first is the square road and second is the rectangle road, which dimension is 2:1. Okay, two type of the path. So we have to find out the ratio between both resistance, है ना? So first you should know what is the formula of the resistance, then you can solve question. So what was the formula? K equal to Ks divided by A cube. I think you remember that formula. So if you remember that formula, so first path he has given square. So you can consider x and x. Okay, it's up to you. You can take your name also, A, B, C, D, E, whatever type of alphabet if you want to take, you can consider. Second path is the rectangle. So suppose the length and is the height, length, width and height ratio is 2:1. So suppose if you are taking h, you can consider it 2h. Okay, width and height. So width will be 2h and it will be height. Width is the twice. कैसे लिखोगे? Width divided by height is 2:1. That means width will be 2h. If you are considering h, height h, then width will be 2h. ठीक है? So these are the these are the two paths. So we have to find out the ratio. So you can divide, put a line between them and try to solve. K, this is the constant, don't change. Surface area of the square. For the surface area of square, I think one of the class I told you about the surface area, perimeter area of the square. So perimeter will be when you start from these to these and come back here, it will be the perimeter. So x 2 into 2x. Okay, 4x. Directly if you know the formula, the 4x is the perimeter of the square. Okay, multiply into length divided by area of the square is x square and power is cube. Okay, so k, so r1 will be 4 k l x divided by x 6 and r2 will be ks2 by a cube. And for the k is constant. Surface area, you have to start from here and go up to this. It is 2h, h, it will also 2h and it will be h. Oh, add all of the value, 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. So 6h multiply with the length divide by the area of the rectangle, length into height, or width into height, that will be the area. So you have to multiply 2h into h, that will be area and the power will be cube. So r2 will be 3 k l divided by 4h6. So now if you have calculated the resistance of the both, now you can find out the ratio R1 divided by R2, which is 4KLX by X6 divided by 3KLX divided by 4H6. ठीक है? So now you can eliminate a K, K, L, L. So 4 by x 5 into 4h5 divided by 3. So it will be 16h5 divided by 3x5. But he said same roughness area is also same. What it means? What it means? अगर now you have to find out the relation between the h and x. So if this is the square, this is the square, which side is x and x, and this is your rectangle, which side is 2h and x. Both the path, both the roadway has the same area or equal area x square, and its area will be 2h square. So if you equate x, you can get root 2 h. The relation between both is x root 2 x, and from that r1 by r2 we have calculated 16h5 divided by 3x5. So you can replace x with this value. So 3 root 2 h power 5. So 16h5 divided by 3 into 4 root 2 h. So 4. So it will be 2 root 2 divided by 3 h 5 divide. So answer will be 2 root 2 by 3. 2 root 2 by 3. ठीक है? ओके सर, क्रिटिकल प्रेशर स्प्लिट बी में क्यों नहीं लिया आपने? क्योंकि रोहन जी इसलिए नहीं लिया है क्योंकि उसने खुद ने बोला है। क्वेश्चन कहाँ गया? क्वेश्चन में क्या बोला गया है कि he has placed a booster fan in install in the split A. So अगर आपने जहाँ पे पानी पूरी या पिज्जा जहाँ खाओगे वहीं तो पैसा दोगे ना भाई। तो स्प्लिट ए में ही अगर बूस्टर फैन लगा रहे हो तो वहीं पे तो कंसीडर करोगे, समझे? सो आई हैव कंसीडर, यू कैन राइट पी ए, है ना? वाई आई एम राइटिंग पी बी? बिकॉज प्रेशर ऑफ बूस्टर फैन, है ना? डोंट कंफ्यूज विद इट। आई थिंक आपने इसलिए कंफ्यूज हो रहे कि ये बूस्टर फैन का है प्रेशर, तो आई एम राइटिंग पी बी। बट मैं कंसिडर उसी के लिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ पे प्रेशर लगाया है, मतलब बूस्टर फैन लगाया ए स्प्लिट में, तो आई एम कंसिडरिंग दैट आल्सो, दैट लूप आई एम कंसिडरिंग पी, है ना? जहाँ पे मैं पीबी मतलब प्रेशर ऑफ बूस्टर फैन, सो आई एम यूजिंग द नेम। आई थिंक आपका डाउट क्लियर हो गया होगा, ठीक है? अब टेक 2 मिनट्स एंड आप लोग कमेंट कर सकते हैं अगर आपको कोई भी डाउट है माइन वेंटिलेशन तक, तो आप यू कैन आस्क मी, है ना? टेक 2 मिनट्स। आपको जाके रिवीजन अच्छे से करना है, एक की गोरे अच्छे से पढ़नी है। आई थिंक एक वो CIL ने जो MT में क्यों पूछे हैं जितने भी साल, शायद 2017 में हुआ, 2019-20 में हुआ है, वो भी आपको देखना है। और एक बुक आती है NC डे, वो भी आपको कर लेनी है, ठीक है? तो ये तो आपको मस्ट है। और आई थिंक आपके क्लास भी हो रहे हैं, है ना? क्लासेस बाकी चीज़ों को भी देख रहा हूँ मैं, ड्रिलिंग ब्लास्टिंग के भी हो रहे हैं, तो आप अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ, ठीक है? चलो अब चालू करते हैं अपना नया चैप्टर बिना किसी, ठीक, माइन इन्वायरमेंट। एक के गोरे से ही कंप्लीट करेंगे। वी हैव टू फोकस एक के गोरे इन दिस लेक्चर, ठीक है? आई थिंक you may have the different classes, suppose in the drilling blasting explosive. I have seen that you have a scheduled classes and any one classes which management want to carry on. But my focus is to only complete the AK Gorai. जितना जल्दी थ्योरी सही से बता सकूं, कुछ एक्स्ट्रा पॉइंट आई विल मेंशन, बट आवर फोकस विल बी AK Gorai. एयर पोल्यूशन, वेंटिलेशन की एक समरी दे दो. रिकॉर्डेड क्लास है, यू कैन गो एंड रिवाइज योर सेल्फ. अगर मेरे को वापस रिवीजन कराना होगा तो मैं कराऊंगा. पहले अपना एक फोकस रखते हैं कि जैसा कंप्लीट करा दे. वैसे ही वी आर वेरी स्लो पेस, है ना. तो हम पहले अपना सिलेबस थोड़ा कवर कर ले. ऐसा नहीं कि रिवीजन कराता रह जाऊं और आपका सिलेबस ही पूरा नहीं हो. पहले सिलेबस फिर बाद में रिवीजन, ठीक है. और अगर रहेगा तो अगली क्लास में करा देंगे, देख लेंगे टाइम मिला तो. अगर मान लो 5 जनों ने बोल दिया कि हाँ समरी करा दो इसी क्लास में, तो मैं भी करा दूंगा. सो इफ यू वांट ए समरी then please comment, otherwise I will start environment. At least 5 people, if you comment, then I will discuss the summary of the wine ventilation, otherwise I will. Air pollution, what is the air pollution? Air pollution सब जानते हैं, everybody know. दिल्ली हर्ट न्यूज, दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन हो गया. अरे भाई दिल्ली में कहाँ, उससे ज़्यादा तो हम लोग, those people who are working in the mines, they know better what is the pollution, or they are living near the any near. But agar if you are living in the city also, you face lot of pollution there. So what is the air pollution? If the foreign matter क्या, कुछ भी foreign matter, that means silt हो, वाटर वेपर हो, सस्पेंडेड पार्टिकल हो, नाइट्रोजन हो, सल्फर हो, any type of foreign matter if present in the air, then we know as air pollution. Air pollution is the excessive concentration of the foreign matter in the air which adversely affects the well-being of the individual, causes the damage to the property. ठीक है. फॉरेन मैटर में देखो एसपीएम आता है, रेस्पिरेटरी पर्टिकुलर मैटर आता है, सल्फर आता है, ऑक्साइड, नाइट्रोजन. तो जस्ट रिमेंबर कि एसपीएम, SO2, आरपीएम और नाइट्रोजन NOx. व्हाट इज मीन NOx? मीन दैट मीन NO2, NO3, N2O3, that type of gas. If so, where we calculate, suppose this is your dust generating source in the mines. This is the dust generating source. Dust generating source, that means लोडिंग पॉइंट हो गया. लोडिंग पॉइंट दैट मीन्स CHP, वे कोल हैंडलिंग प्लांट, जहां पे यूर रैक फिल विद द कोल. मीन्स रेल लोडेड, CHP, coal handling plant. Or where your dumper loading, that point. Other point are your dumper also generate dust. Drilling, so they are the point generating source. So from that point to nearly 500 meter, the standard is specified. So which type of standard specified, we will see a table. So if you can remember that table, it's good for you, and try to remember this table. कोशिश करो, because nowadays in the mining they don't, sometimes they don't ask the tough question of the numerical, because in the mining before 2 3 years there was no, we don't find any coaching, so student have to prepare themselves. तो वे जब मेहनत करते थे तो दे डोंट नो द न्यूमेरिकल, सोल्विंग द न्यूमेरिकल, सो समटाइम दे in the CIL exam they directly ask question based on the, yes Praneek, Parveen, conveyor also, but conveyor, as compared to dumper, conveyor produce very less dust, है ना, जहाँ पे डस्ट ट्रांसपोर्टेशन भी यूज वहां पे बहुत ज्यादा होता है पोल्यूशन। अभी 2 3 साल पहले की बात है, एनसीएल, इन द एनसीएल during the corona or after the corona, people staying in the home, and after the corona the we need energy, so for the energy we required coal, but we, our transportation was not improved, so गवर्नमेंट अलाउ और एनसीएल अलाउ कि ट्रांसपोर्टेशन आप रोड से कर लो। तो रोड से कर रहा था वो, उस समय बहुत ज्यादा डस्ट होता था इन द नियर एरिया। तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में अगर आप डंपर, डंपर कैरा में अगर डंपर आपने यूज कर रहे हैं ना, तो उससे बहुत ज्यादा पोल्यूशन होता है, सो एंड कॉस्टली भी होता है थोड़ा। सो दिस सस्पेंडेड पार्टिकल मैटर, एसपीएम, so you have to remember 2 points. So I am giving you the, after the new coal mines commencement after 2002, it is mentioned in the category. So SPM, agar if you are talking about annual, that means 360 you have to consider, but if you are talking about only 24 hours, you have to consider 500 microgram per meter cube, that is time. So what he can ask, he will give you a question that SPM limits for 20 hours in the new coal, according to new coal mines regulation, then you have to choose a option 500 microgram per meter cube. ठीक है, suspended particle matter annually, that means 360, 24, 500. Suspended particle matter SPM. SPM are two types. First, particle which size lesser than 10 micrometer and size more than 10 micrometer. So less than 10 micrometer, that is the very harmful for the human, because कुछ तो अपने नोज के ये जो हेयर होते हैं they can stop, but lesser than 10 micrometer our nose hair cannot stop them. So SPM which are the more than 10 micrometer, their limit, annual limit is 360 and 24 limit is 500 micro, and SPM 10 micro से कम हो annually, their concentration for your a trick you can apply, that I told you that 10 micrometer, lesser than 10 micrometer is harmful, more harmful. So that means their concentration should be less. So you can idea whenever the question comes, SPM for the 10 micro, lesser than 10 micro, their concentration are lesser than theirs, है ना? So you can remember. So annually concentration for the lesser than 10 micro, which is a 180 microgram, and more than 10 micro, lesser than 10 micro की 24 hour limit is 250. SO2, NO2, you should also, their limits are same. For the annual limit 80 micro and 24 120 micro. ठीक है, So I know this data is difficult to remember, है ना, आदमी you forget. So whenever I was giving the how I prepare for any exam, suppose I want to remember the NC day, okay, and NC day has 300 page, suppose I know if this if I know this book is very important, then how I will remember? I know I can't remember in a one day. So daily I divide that I have to read 20 to 25 page. Just read. When I read 20 page, in the next day I will read first these page, because out of the 20 page or 100 question or 200 question, many question I remember, but some of the question or the 50% question I don't remember. So I highlight them and read again, and again that day also I will read 20. मतलब मैं क्या करता था, जैसे मान लो I want to cover 1000 क्वेश्चन, है ना, 1000 क्वेश्चन I have to remember. तो डेली I read 100 क्वेश्चन. उसमें से जब मैं उनको याद करता हूं, तो अब जरूरी नहीं कि आप उसको रटने बैठे, वो नहीं जाएगा दिमाग में. तो मैं क्या करता, 100 आज पढ़ लिया, 100 कल पढ़ूंगा, बट फर्स्ट आई रिवाइज देम, देन आई गो देयर. तीसरे दिन क्या करूंगा, आई रिवाइज दिस एंड अगले दिन 100. तो इन 10 days आई रिवाइज टू टाइम एटलीस्ट, देन आई स्टार्ट रीस्टार्ट अगेन. तो इन दैट वे 4 to 5 टाइम रिवीजन, एंड ये क्वेश्चन आपके दिमाग में बैठ जाएंगे, है ना. जो थ्योरेटिकल क्वेश्चन है और जो छोटे क्वेश्चन है, जो इस टाइप के क्वेश्चन है, आपको उसी तरह से याद करने पड़ेंगे, बार बार रिवाइज अगेन एंड अगेन. तो उससे आपके दिमाग में वो स्टिक करेंगे. अगर आप न्यूमेरिकल हो तो न्यूमेरिकल अगर आपने एक या दो बार आपने अच्छे से समझ लिया, तो आप उस क्वेश्चन को सोल्व कर सकते हैं. बट थ्योरेटिकल क्वेश्चन जो इस टाइप के डाटा वाले हैं, उनको आपको बार बार ही रिवाइज करना पड़ेगा, है ना. अगर आप सोचोगे कि मैं एक पेपर पे लिख लूं और एग्जाम से पहले 2 बार रीड करके चला जाऊं, इन दैट केस क्वेश्चन गलत होने के चांस ज्यादा होंगे. तो ज्यादा बेटर है कि आप डेली कम पढ़े पर रिवीजन ज्यादा से ज्यादा करें, वापस बार बार करें, तो वो आपके दिमाग में बैठ जाएगा. ठीक है. तो एसपीएम एसपीएम पहले तो आपको 2 बार पता होना चाहिए कि 10 माइक्रोमीटर, 10 माइक्रोमीटर, लेसर देन एंड ग्रेटर देन. तो लेसर देन, देयर लिमिट शुड बी लेसर देन, दिस कंसंट्रेशन शुड बी लेसर देन, एंड इनकी ज्यादा होगी. फिर आपको SO2, फिर NO2, their limit you should remember. ठीक है. these are also standard, air pollution standard, given by CP, central pollution. this full form you should also remember. कभी कभी क्या बोलेगा कि वैसे पूछना नहीं चाहिए, बट कभी कभी खोपड़ा किसी का भी खराब हो सकता है ना. तो सेंट्रल पोल्यूशन कंट्रोल बोर्ड होता है CPCB in New Delhi, published in November 2009. So he has also given the PM10 and PM2.5. तो PM10 माइक्रोन्यूटन से भी कम होता है एक 2.5 माइक्रोमीटर. सो पर्टिकुलर मैटर PM10, PM2.5 as lead, carbon monoxide, and NO2, SO2. So this table is also little bit important, so revise it, print it or write down in a copy, and daily 10 to 12 days इसको just read, जिससे कि कुछ डाटा आपके दिमाग में जाए. So whenever if he want to ask, he will ask particular matter PM10, In the industrial residential, what is the limit? Which will be 60 micronewton, annual limit. And ecological sensitive zone में their limit is 60. That means no change. There will be no change between the industrial or ecological. Industrial ecological sensitive, I think you know कि इकोलॉजिकल इंडस्ट्रियल जैसे कि माइंस, नियर माइंस, एनसीएल, हिंदुस्तान कॉपर लिमिटेड, नवेली लिग्नाइट, इन दैट एरिया द लिमिट एंड पन्ना रिजर्व, this is the national park. These are the ecological, the government announced the ecological sensitive area. So for those area the limit for the PM 10 is similar. What is annual and 24 hour? Annual limit is 60 micrometer and 24 is 100 micrometer. ठीक है? In that way you have to remember. Next, PM 2.5 for their annual limit and 24-hour limit. In the both case, that means industrial and ecological, their limit should be 60. 40 annually is 40 micrometer and 24 is 60 micrometer. Carbon monoxide 2 and 4, 2 and 4. So you don't have to read twice because similar for the industrial and ecological. So 2 and 4, 8 hour 2 and 1 hour 4. So for the 1 hour you can go up to 4 microgram per milligram per meter cube. Then oxide, nitrogen oxide and SO2. This table is important. I told you many times because in the questions we will discuss this. So today is two tasks. First read this table and try to remember. And second is this table. Go and today revise this multiple times. So when we solve the question, एंड अपन क्वेश्चन 3 या 4 दिन में पहुंचेंगे जब तक आपका 3 या 4 बार रिवाइज हो जाएगा इस टेबल का. ठीक है. एंड फॉर द ओजोन इज आल्सो द सिमिलर लिमिट्स फॉर द both the conditions. Lead also. So if you can remember the one limit, other is also similar. दोनों ही सेम है तो आपको अलग अलग याद रखने का जरूरत नहीं है. कौन से केस में अलग अलग याद रखने का जरूरत होगा आपको? In the NO2 case, and sulfur dioxide case. SO2 के केस में क्या होगा? You have to make a table like this. So it is for industrial, it is for the ecological. So for this case 50, 80, 30, 80. So for the ecological sensitive zone, its limit for the SO2 should be lesser compared to industrial area. It will be annual. It was the 24 hours. This type table you have to make. If you want to calculate for the NO2 nitrogen, the oxide of the nitrogen, so when you make a table like this, annual and 24 hour. 20 SC, 50 SC, 30 SC. It was 20, 40 80. So 30 80. So this type table you have to create for SO2 and NO2 and try to revise it. So in that way, if you revise multiple times, that data will stick in your mind, because he will ask you the question that SO2 in the ecological zone for the annual limit. So they will give you option A, B, C, D, and you have to, they will give 50, 30, 40, and 60. Then you have this with 20. So SO2 is 20 for the ecological annual zone. So ecological annual zone limit is 20. So that way they will ask you the question. So please remember. ठीक है. Now the source of the air pollution we were discussing कि कौन कौन से source होते हैं. First, whole road. Nowadays in the summer there is lot of dust in the mines, because the water tanker does not have a water, or if the water has, it does not reach on the time. If it will reach on the time, that the temperature is so high कि आप अगर 5-10 मिनट 15 मिनट आधे घंटे में वहां जाओगे तो आपको लगेगा पानी डाला ही नहीं है. सो डस्ट जनरेट बाय द डंपर्स और ऑन द होल रोड बाय द वेरियस मशीन्स. मशीन तो समझ में आता है ना, बहुत सारी मशीन चलती है, डंपर, डोजर, स्प्रिंकलर, और चार मैक, चार्ज मैक, बोलेरो, और यू कैन से लाइट व्हीकल, LMV, etc. So these are work. They are operate. We operate these type of machines on the whole road, so they generate the dust. Then the drill machine. When we drill, there are a lot of dust generate. Then the loading point. Loading point first is when you fill up OB or coal in the dumper. Second is when the CHP load your train. So CHP, coal handling plant. Okay. And fourth is crusher. ठीक है. Now we will see there are some instrument, or there are methods which help us to collect the dust. First we will see the gravity settling tank. ग्रेविटी सेटलिंग टैंक में क्या होगा कि you will your air will go from the intake, and because its size will increase gradually, because it is a small hole. So when it will go inside, area will increase, their velocity of the particle will be slow. So they will fall down. Some of them fall down here and some of them fall down here. So in the A, chorus particle will fall down, bigger particle. So we were discussing the gravity settling tank. So we were discussing gravity settling. So I was told, I said that कि जब intake से we press the air, because in the gradually when you enter in the this box, the velocity of the particle will be decrease, so it will fall down. So coarse particle will fall here, intermediate particle, so they will fall down here, and small particle will fall down here. So it is the simplest type of the classifier. It consists of a large tank with the provision for the suitable inlet and outlet. ठीक है. With the help of the gravity settling tank, we can separate the mixture of different size of the solid particle. I told you that coarse particle, intermediate particle, or small size particle will fall down. So this is the working principle which I told you. Okay, and I think I have some video so you will better understand कि क्या हो क्या रहा. Cyclone separator, weight scrubber. I had. I don't have. Okay. So I think this is the basic method कि एक तरफ से आपका एयर फ्लो होगा और सेकंड in that way your air will be come out, which have a little particle as compared to this, है ना. Because some of the particle will fall here, some of the particle will fall down here, some of the particle will fall down here, and the very little particle will remain and it will come out from this air. It will be our outlet for your case. Now electrostatic precipitator. It is also like the gravity settler or centrifugal separator. But in this method, electrostatic force driven the particle to the wall. इसमें क्या होगा कि suppose you have a particle, it is electrically negative, and you have placed a plate here or wall, you connected to the positive or the earth. So when you connect, it will go this side. It is positive and negative, so it will be neutral. So when you put you when you use a hammer or any instrument, it will stick to this wall. So when अगर जब आप इस पे ना एक दो हथौड़ी की मारोगे, when you put some hammer on the wall, they will fall down, you will collect all the material. This is the electrostatic. You use electrostatic force to driven the particle on the wall. ठीक है. So this type of box, these are the electrolytical. So we will see the video so you will better understand. I think in the AK Gorai, according to AK Gorai, Bhavani Raj, according to the AK Gorai, the 40 micrometer, up to the 40 micrometer dust particle you can collect with the gravity settler. 40 micrometer. ठीक है, according to AK Gorai. So electrostatics, I think I had a video. So you inlet your air from this. It will come down and go through the pipes. this is the box which I was talking about, where there are a lot of the plates which are connected through the positive. These are the cells. So when it's come, they will stick to these walls, and we check these walls through the any instrument or with the mechanism, and then it will fall down, or the particle will fall down, or we collect these dust particle, and pure air will take out from the outlet. Okay, I think you get basic information the how electrostatic principle works, कि एयर जाएगा, रोड पे कलेक्ट होगा, ऑन द वॉल इट विल कलेक्ट, एंड वी then the cyclone separator. Cyclone separator, we usually, probably mostly widely used. We generally use cyclone separator. Why? Cyclone, it is the vertical cylinder, है ना? And dust collector is the conical shape. So this is the rectangle. It is the inlet point, and it is the rectangle. These are the very deep question. They may not ask that is what is the ratio between the width and the height. Just it is for your basic understanding, and you should remember the cyclone separator क्या होता है, what is the electrostatic precipitator, है ना? So basic information you should need to know. इसमें क्या होता है कि जैसे मान लो एयर मेरा air will go that way, and it will come out from the middle of upward, it will be come out. That is your box. We will see a video so you will understand better. It is a hurricane type of instrument, but we just want to know the principle or how it operate. Don't go with the name. So it is the inlet, and outlet is on the top. As I told you, it will go on the downside, dust will collect here, and it will come out from this outlet. Yes, Bhavani Raj, we have cyclone. There is a lot of difference with the design. Just we need to know the method, because as you increase this height, sometimes they will increase this size, sometimes they will decrease this size or this size. So it depend on the companies which. So this is inlet, your air will go on that path, and it will rotate centrifugally and go at the bottom. And when so it will collect, your dust particle will collect on the bottom box, and it will be your outlet point. So the compared to inlet, the outlet gas or the air will be pure, less particle in the outlet. This is your cyclone separator. And fabric bag filter. This is the fabric belt filter. We will see a video on the fabric bag filter also. So because in the AK Gorai they just give a name and just explain in a 20 to 30 minute lines. So you will get more detail in your environment class or in these days. But in the for the numerical solving we just need a basic information कि क्या फॉर्मूला, क्या नाम होता है, क्या फॉर्मूला होता है. सो बेग फिल्टर इट इज, ये तो मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ सो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड द मेथड with their name. This is the animation of the bag filter. So in this method, in this instrument, this your inlet will be at the bottom side, and your dust air will go through this path. In the bag, inside the bag, the filtered air and the dust particle will be separate. You are using a fan at the bottom, so you when you use the fan, it will push your air to go up, and some of the dust particle will be separate and filter. The dust free air will go on the top, or you will release from environment. From there you can release that air into the environment. Now this your dust is collected here, it may choke, so you use a reversible pulse jet flow clear, so it will clear your bags in a regular interval. So your path for the air will not choke. Then you will you dust particle accumulated on the bag are getting detached from the bag and fall into the hopper. It will fall down into the hopper. You collect the dust particle. So if you want to remember, but I have not seen questions based on uh, the data key, which type of the filter is used for the how much of the. So you can use up to the small of the zero point 0.5 micrometer, but sometimes you can substantially remove as much as 0.1 micrometer also. So it will remove almost 0.5 micrometer, but it can also remove a substantial amount of the 0.1 micrometer also. Wet scrubber, last method of the wet scrubber. So you polluted air enter through the this path into the scrubber. This is known as the venturi. So when the polluted air go inside, so it will spray some liquid on the our dust or dust air with. So polluted in the air come into contact with the fine droplet of the scrubber liquid, and pollutant are absorbed in the scrubber liquid. So when you spray the some liquids, so these dust particle will react with that drops of the liquid, and they will fall down and pure air can go on the top. So we can release clean air from the top. To collect that dust particles and water, and because that dust particle is mixed with the liquid, so you recycle them, and your water can you directly recycle and use again. So that is your wet scrubber. Please remember the name of the wet scrubber and how it operates. So it also has written some few lines that we use small drop, many small drops through it, and air pollution control engineering, more file particle with the dust to liquid drop on the sum of the drops and the particle touch each other. Same cheese they have written. So this is the mist delimiter, core, equalator, district spray, polluted gas, water, slurry, and there are several type of the wet scrubber, spray chamber scrubber, cyclonic scrubber, orifice scrubber, wet impingement scrubber, venturi scrubber. If you want to remember this name, you can remember. If he want to ask, he can ask that uh, what is orifice, and or the orifice is the type of which type of the air purifier. So if you remember Venturi scrubber, Orifice scrubber, wet pigment scrubber, cyclonic spray chambers. So that will be good for you. Now we will see the mines and disease and dust disaster. देखो माइनिंग में आना सबको पता है कि माइनिंग में पैसा ज़्यादा है एज कम्पेयर टू अदर, बट वाई salary is more? Because you face some health disease also. So miner can easily or easy target for the disease. So which type of disease you can suffer, you should know the names, and so you will, if you know the disease, and you can take yourself and those people who are under you, तो आप उनका भी अच्छे से ध्यान रखोगे, अपना अच्छे से ध्यान रखोगे, थोड़ा डस्ट मास्क लगा के जाओगे, बहुत सारे माइंस में नहीं लगाते हैं, अगर आपको थोड़ा प्रॉपर पता होगा तो आप बेटर अपने हेल्थ का ध्यान रख पाओगे. फर्स्ट डिजीज इज नास्टागामास. इन द नास्टागमस में क्या होता है, इसमें आईज इन्फेक्ट हो जाती है. The type of disease in which the muscles and nerves of the eyes are affected and there is the abnormal movement of the eyeball. This disease is caused by working in the place of insufficient light. That means आपको कम लाइट में काम नहीं करना है. कम लाइट में पढ़ाई भी तो ठीक है, नहीं करनी चाहिए, बट काम भी नहीं करना चाहिए कम लाइट में. कैसी बीमारी हो जाती है नस्टागमस में? Like this. So if you can see the picture, your eyeball is normal for this eyes, but here it is the horizontally shifted. In this horizontal shifted, this eyeball is on the shape, but it is shifted to horizontally in that way. It is normal, but this eye is shifted vertically. And so three type of movement: horizontal, vertical, and third type is the circular. That means your eyeball will go on the rotation based. So this is nystagmus. If you want to see the more image, that is also the example. You can see the difference. This is the nystagmus also. So you should remember for your exam preparation, that is insufficient light causes the nystagmus. What is the nystagmus and what is the cause of the nystagmus? And it is for your better understanding that when you go in the inside, because I know many of you will selected in this year also, so please take care for yourself. और आपके नीचे जो भी काम करते हैं, भले डंपर ऑपरेटर, दे आर अर्निंग मोर देन यू, बट स्टिल यू हैव टू केयर themselves, है ना? If you want to see more, that is also the effect of the nystagmus. So three types of nystagmus: horizontal nystagmus, in which the horizontal movement of the eyeball, and this is the vertical movement of the eyeball. Okay. Second disease is ankylostomiasis. Ankylostomiasis. If I am pronouncing wrong, please correct yourself. Ankylostomiasis. In the ankylostomiasis में क्या होता है? In this disease is like the anemia and the hookworm disease, the blood sucking worm. That means अरे यार कोई एक कीड़ा or any type of any small animal or small worm, you say worm. So small worm will enter in your body where you are, if you are standing in the dirty water, in the barely foot, or in sanitary condition, because in the mines area you will see the bathroom is not clean, and if you are because the lot of people going there but not cleaning on the time, if you are sitting in the office or in any machine in the any car, if your machine and car and your room or office is not clean, or then you will caught with this disease. So if you want to see, this is the ankylostomiasis. So hookworm enter into the body. So these are the effects. Ankylostomiasis. Third disease is pneumoconiosis. Pneumoconiosis. Okay. So इसमें क्या होता है? Because you are this is a lung disease. Please remember what is the pneumoconiosis. It is a lung disease, and what is the cause? dust environment. If you are standing in the dust, because we are the mining people, we have to stand in the mining in the dusty environment, so we can easily caught with this type of the disease if you don't use the mask, dust mask. And if you are using the dust mask, still you can caught with it, but it will protect you and it will affect your lungs if you live, or if you stay long duration or long period, your lungs may affected. Pneumoconiosis. Now fibrosis producing. What is the fibrosis? So different type of the dust causes the same type of disease, but can be classified. What it means? Ki suppose the dust, coal dust or OB dust, they can create a same disease. If they are creating the same disease, but they are fibrosis. So you should remember fibrosis and toxic producing. So fibrosis, that means fibrosis producing dust producing. This is also dust generated disease, but its cause will be silica quartz, which means silicosis, and asbesto asbestosis. Silicosis and asbestosis is cause for the fibrosis producing. Toxic is generally, you should remember, lead, mercury, and other metal dust. Which, if you are working in the metal mines, or some of you may are working in the metal mines, the toxic producing is, so fibrosis producing and toxic producing, you should remember. There are various dust type of disease, जैसे asbestosis, black lungs, farmer's lungs. There are a lot of names. If you can, if you want to read individually for your curiosity, you can Google and read about it. Okay, so today we have to stop from here. Please comment in the chat box if you have any doubt.
To watch the complete video, download the Mining Gyan app from the Play Store. Enjoy a seamless learning experience without interruptions and subscribe to our YouTube channel.